You need people that are flawed.
You need people that are real. This is the thing.
Talk your shit,
I'm not
Tate.
particularly political. I didn't consider myself particularly political, but it looks like I'm kind of ending up there. And like I said, I'm a realist, which puts me on the conservative side, and I'm not stupid, and I understand very well about the world and propaganda and what they're trying to do to us, so you end up being a conservative by default. But you're a real person if you have flaws. If you want to sit and tell a disadvantaged youth growing up in the south side of Chicago how he's supposed to live his life from your perfectly manicured garden and your white picket fence, you're not going to get through to that person. They don't care what you have to say.
It actually becomes a bit of a turnoff.
Absolutely. Another thing that conservatives is going to blow their...
Hey, and that's no cap, because, like, it's a lot of people that's so delusional out here thinking that everybody lives under the same circumstances and have the same opportunities, when in reality, we don't. Now, does everybody has the opportunity to make something out themselves? Yes. But someone who was born in a bad community or born in a certain area or taught by certain people negative things, it's going to take them longer because their route is so much harder. How can I relate to you? How can I relate to you, nigga, if you didn't have everything handed to you, bro? You ain't had that. You never had to deal with no trauma. You ain't never had to go through suicidal thoughts. You ain't never had to deal with physical altercations. You ain't never had to work 160 hours, bust your ass just to get a paycheck. Nigga, your family gave you $400,000 to put down on the house, nigga, and you talking about you did this shit on your own. Nigga, stop lying. You feel me? And I ain't hating, I'm just saying that's what the reality is. So why the fuck would I give a fuck what you gotta say when, nigga, you was silver spoon? Straight up. Like that.
Their minds is going to really upset them. What they don't understand about especially the strength of my message is that to especially the young boys of the world, I'm cool.
Oh God.
I'm cool. And I know they think that doesn't matter, but if you want to sit behind a desk and go, the Republican Bill 304, you're a dork, so no one gives a shit, right? You're a nerd. I've got the big cars and pretty women, and I live the lifestyle. If you want to really capture the youth of today, you need to get some kind of affinity with them. They need to at least want to be you to a degree. You need to at least be their hero to a degree. This is where liberalism wins. I don't think a lot of conservatives understand that liberalism's sexy. You do drugs, you run around, you burn stuff. It's cool, you get a party. Because what do conservatives do? Stay home, stay home, stay home. It's boring, right? At least what they don't understand is that conservatives will sit there and go, he's a terrible role model because he has all these pretty girls in this fast car and he's a materialistic. That's the reason I can actually help the world. That's the reason young boys will listen to me. You say
exactly, because if you're going to say certain shit, if you're going to say do this, do that, I need to be able to at least want to be like you, nigga. If not, then what the fuck is you talking about? I ain't trying to, if you a lame ass, boring ass motherfucker, why would I want to be like you? You saying all this shit, but at the end of the day, you still a goofy. You know what I'm saying? You still a goofy. Does that make sense? Like, now I ain't saying like, okay, for example, let's say you a real solid man, you stand on 10 and you handling your shit, and I can see it. You ain't gotta tell me, like, I can see it. Okay, then a nigga might wanna listen to you because I see it. I see it, like you living what you preach. You know what I'm saying? You being very transparent. A lot of these motherfuckers not being transparent. They not like that. You know what I'm saying? And it maybe they are, maybe financially, but physically they look like shit. You know, they stay at home all day. They don't really talk to females because they can't get one. So why would I want to be like you? You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense, man. For real.
Look at yourself, 14, 15-year-old boys, they'll look at my life and go, okay, I want to listen to this guy. They don't want to listen to me if I sit behind a desk and read Republican Bill 308. I don't read that crap. I don't know. And they don't care. And I also think that especially in the masculine realm, we certainly like to see people lead by absolute and utter example.
Exactly.
Because traditionally we would be following our commander or the man we respected into war. So we'd like to know he can at least fight. You like to see he's at least brave. You like to see him lead by example. And I think especially if conservatives want to win the culture war, then they need to lead by example. If you're gonna be a conservative preacher and you want to tell men about how they should live their lives, you should be as strong as possible. You should look in shape. You should be big. You should show you're motivated, you're disciplined. You should absolutely, of course, we all have vices, but you should be very
transparent.
Disciplined with your outlook. You should make it very clear to the outside world that what you've done wrong, what you haven't done wrong, you should take accountability. I think you need to lead by example. I don't think you can preach to men. I don't think you can preach to young boys. I think that's the reason why they don't do so well in school in general. I don't think that's the reason why they're disenfranchised. I think you need to just lead by example and let them follow. And I feel like I'm kind of doing that by just standing up and saying, no, this is who I am and I'm unapologetic for it. And this is what I've done. And this is what I intend on doing. And I'm going to try and save the world.
I can dig that. And hey, man, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. That's probably one of the nigga Tate, like, I don't know. Nigga hit different. It hit different when he say everything that you thinking, but most of the time you really can't get it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit be. Even when I was in college for a little bit, I want to say I was trying to do something with the photography and videography, but I was leaning more on the video side. Nigga, it was a professor. You know, he was saying all his credentials and shit. But the whole time looking at this nigga like, bro, you's a fucking lame. Like, nigga, you 500 pounds, dog. You ain't really got no motion. And I could just tell from like how he was talking, like, you ain't really got no passion for this shit. Like, I see through it. And it's a lot of young niggas out there that feel like that. So once you get that disconnect, it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn. Like, I feel like that's why a lot of rich people say find you a mentor that you can physically see, you can physically talk to, because you can look at that nigga and be like, oh, this the life I want. When the last time y'all saw a man and looked at him like, hey, that I want to be like him, that you can physically see? I ain't talking about the niggas on TV and shit. Like, you can physically see in your town or city or another state and be like, damn, I want to be like him. Damn, I need to link with him and see what's really going on. A lot of times you don't see that. A lot of times you really don't. You feel me? Shit kind of fucked up when you really kind of just think about it like that.
Women are conditioned to act a certain way before marriage, but also during marriage, men and women are conditioned differently. If you have a man who's been married for 10 or 15 years, and let's say he doesn't sleep with his woman anymore, and he goes on TV and says, me and my woman have been married for 15 years, we no longer have sex, I'm not satisfied, I should leave. Everyone will say to him, no, you can't leave. You can't leave her just because she won't have sex with you. Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Stick by your woman. She has an emotional problem, etc. If you had a woman who said, I've been married for 15 years, I've been with him, I'm not attracted anymore, I don't have sex with him anymore, you deserve freedom, you can go get someone else, why are you putting up with this? His feelings aren't your responsibility. So it's actually very interesting also, the psyop happens post-marriage. Women are also attacked post-marriage to not try, not stick around, not worry about their husband's needs.
Speaking to your point, one thing I speak to the young women that follow me about is making an effort after you get married. This idea, I was reading this ridiculous column, Ask Jane, where a guy was writing in earnest saying, you know, I love my wife. She's a wonderful mother to our children. We've been married. She had one child. Two years later, she gained 50 pounds and hasn't lost it. Yeah. And Jane wrote back to him and yelled at him for saying, he's like, I'm not attracted to her anymore. I don't want to. Just yelled at him for even saying this. And I'm going, no, why are you yelling at him for being honest? The idea that marriage is a finish line is problematic. Yep. That, oh, well, I got the guy, I pretended that I like to work out and go to the gym, and now that I've got him, I'm going to gain 200 pounds and he's just stuck with me. Yep. That is a poisonous mentality. You should make an effort for your husband.
You don't just start a company and go, okay, I'm rich now. No, you got to work on that company every day. It's rented. You don't just get in shape and go, I'm in shape now, it's done. No, absolutely everything's the same, and a relationship is exactly the same, and I completely agree with you. I think the reason a lot of men are also rejecting marriage is, one, because there's not many wives to find, but two, I think a lot of men find themselves very unhappy in marriage because the women have no interest at all in satisfying them, like you said, or no interest at all in their needs, and they end up scared of divorcing her because they're going to be bankrupt in a marriage where they don't feel respected. Kids don't listen to them, and they're not the king of their own household. So what would be the attraction in getting married unless you're going to be the king of your own household? And that can be extrapolated and discussed in two different ways. One about feminine submissiveness, but also about masculine accountability and excellence. Because I think if you're truly an excellent man, you can be the king of any household. So It's very interesting. It's kind of interesting how all arguments come back to almost the same base biological things. And you teach women to be good women, you teach men to be good men, and everything kind of works out after that. And if you break those two things, everything built on top of it completely degrades and breaks down. It's done on purpose because they have the world so confused now that they can come at us with absolute garbage, and it needs a discussion.
Hey, I know I got quiet for a minute, but sometimes you just gotta listen. when Tate said if you have a business and it's running and it's making money, you still got to work on that business. A lot of y'all really don't understand, just because you got a girl doesn't mean that you can just sit on your ass and be chilling, my nigga. You still gotta compete. That's where a lot of niggas fuck up at, even in marriage. I'ma say men and women, you know what I'm saying? Excuse that. This is how I talk. Men and women in marriage really be tripping. Cause look, a lot of niggas say, oh, I got the girl of my dreams, I married her, and now I'ma stop being me. I'ma stop being the man. I'ma stop working out. I'ma stop going out chilling with my buddies, hanging with my bros. I'ma stop leaving the crib. I'ma always be at the house, nigga. And then you start wondering why your wife ain't fucking you. Nigga, your stomach is hanging over your belt. Nigga, your stomach big as shit. She not attracted to you no more, bro. You ain't getting no haircuts. You ain't eating good. You smell like shit. And you expect a bitch to stay with you when it's a young nigga out there that's putting that shit on every day. Nigga got on Dior cologne, bro, trying to pull something. Nigga got $3 in his bank account. But hey, that nigga look presentable. And so guess what? She gonna start finding other niggas to hunch on. She love you. But hey, that's how that shit work. And it's the same thing for the female side. You know what I'm saying? She put on about 50 to 100 pounds, and you expect me to just sit here and chill with your fat ass? Fuck no. Unless we both fat, that's different. You know what I'm saying? And none of the big people, none of the big folks. I'm just talking. But think about it, bro. Like, it makes sense. It really makes sense. This shit is not hard. Become the best man that you can become, and take that shit step by step, one day at a time. I know for a fact my biggest downfall is inconsistency. That's me. I know it. It's like I be having so many thoughts going through my brain, it throw me off track, and I'm working on it. But you got to figure out, okay, this is what I'm good at, this is what I need to work on, and then go from there, my nigga.
If we had the basis of masculinity and femininity in the household, how much harder would the transgender argument be to implement? Think about it. Well, she's a woman, I'm a man. No. But now they got people thinking we're all the same, it doesn't matter, gender is not real, all this craziness because of the breakdown of the basics. So this is why perhaps they see you as such a threat, and they see me as such a threat, and they see us as such a threat because we've just stuck to the age-old adages and the age-old ways that people have always been. And I do think that one of the reasons why they dislike me so much is because, yeah, I certainly live a teenage boy's dream, but if you want to inspire the next generation, how else are you going to do it, right? You have to have the fancy car and the big yacht and all these things. And
thanks.
By inspiring these men to stand up and think for themselves and resist the slave mind, it's doing genuine damage to their slave agenda. And I think that that's why I especially ended up targeted. I truly believe that's what's happening.
And that shit crazy. Hold on. And that shit crazy because a lot of motherfuckers out here that be flexing their occupation just because they make an extra 20 to 30K over you. I never understood that. Like, nigga, you happy that you finna work the same job until you die, my nigga? You finna work under the same boss who can tell you we don't want you no more. You gotta go through the same bullshit. You finna work the same fucking job until you die, my nigga. You understand that, right? Motherfuckers out here love to see somebody struggling when they're doing okay for themselves. Listen to what I just said. People like seeing other people struggle. That's crazy. I ain't never been that type of dude. I ain't never been that type of person. You feel better about yourself because you in a decent position and they not, and you like watching them struggle. Meanwhile, you don't even know the young nigga or the young woman are actually trying to build something out of the norm. So yes, it's gonna take time. Your route, you took the easy route. You did. You took the easy route. You didn't chase your dreams, nigga. You didn't. You gave that shit up when shit got tough. When a nigga building some shit out of the norm, that shit, you get the utmost respect, bro. Because that shit is hard as fuck. You chasing your dreams, bro. That's different. It hit different when you chase your dreams and you say, okay, I'm going to keep doing this until it works, compared to somebody that said, fuck my dream and I'm just going to do this, follow the easy route and go to the motherfucking matrix and the slave mindset. And you're going to be working the same fucking job, getting the same type of pay, seeing the same type of females, the same type of niggas, same type of cars every day till you fucking die. Straight up. That's what it is. That's how it works.
Many people genuinely do their best in the world anymore. When I say do your best, people sit and go, oh yeah, okay. No, when's the last time you actually did your best? Like, I don't train to run marathons, but I know if I gave my best, I could run a marathon right now, first try. If I gave my best, life depending on it. When's the last time people have genuinely given their best to anything? There are people going through the world and going through life today that don't give their best or 100% effort to anything ever. Ever. They can't remember the last time they tried. So when I'm sitting in a dungeon, I'm sitting in a Romanian jail cell, I understand that it is a chance that God has given me and my ancestors are watching for me to do my absolute best and to show to them that I am the man I say I am. You can't become the most famous man in the world for mental resilience and God not test your mental resilience. I think that would be a very amateur way to view the world, that you can now become one of the most famous men in the world who talks about mental discipline and mental resilience and God's not going to test it. I think God's going to come along and say, okay, you want to be Mr. Famous. All right, let's see what you have. So I believed it was
Y'all ain't peep what he said. Y'all ain't peep what he said. A lot of y'all asking to be elevated in life and for more opportunities, and you want more on your plate. But then you start crying when God give you more than you can ask for. You complaining because you working 2 jobs. But you said you wanted more money. That's what you said. You complaining that you got more shit that just keep coming up. Little knickknacks, car fuck up, girl break up with you, your girl leave, ain't nobody hitting you up. You feel lonely, right? Damn, I ain't nobody around me. Nigga, that's cause God removed them. And I'm not sure if y'all Christian or if y'all Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, yo, the higher being that you believe in, remove them people out your life so you can focus on yourself. You spending all this energy using it on other people when you need to be focusing on yourself, right? Focus on yourself. Y'all not focusing on yourself. There's a reason why them people went out your life. There's a reason why she ain't texting you back. It's the reason why that job didn't call you back, because you have a higher purpose. But you keep fucking it off because you keep chasing unnecessary bullshit when you need to remove those distractions and have a clear head. Turn your phone off, my nigga. Just think. Sit down and think. Like, okay, this is what it is. I'm telling you, that's what it is. So if you feeling lonely, you feeling depressed, you feeling all these thoughts, it's because God trying to tell you, bro, this is what you need to do. You feeling like that because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, bro. And the only reason I know this is because some days when I don't feel like doing this, I feel bad. Like when I don't post, I really feel sick. Like, damn, why didn't I post today? I'm telling you, it's a mental battle. It's a mental battle every day. That's what it is. And I'm being very transparent with you because I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. Like I said, I'm not consistent. Sometimes I do mess up, but at least I know my problems and I'm working on it. And I want to let y'all know that if you feeling some type of way where you like, damn, I can't get ahead, damn, this ain't working, damn, this, that, and I'm feeling terrible, it's because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because I didn't have them same feelings. And I want y'all to feel it. Straight up, my nigga. This ain't no excuse. Everything has a reaction. Everything has a cause and a reaction, my nigga. If you don't do what you need to do for today, then tomorrow you're going to be behind. Right? Do it day by day. Give me one more day. I ain't ask you to give me a year. I ain't asked you to give me a month. Give me one more day, my nigga. One more day.